In more coverage of the Jersey City Board of Education election, the Education Matters ticket of Angel Valentine, Gina Vertibello, and Sudan Thomas explained to Hudson County View why they're the three best candidates in the race. The Jersey City Education Association endorsed candidates spoke with us at the union headquarters on 1600 John F. Kennedy Boulevard, beginning by introducing themselves and each speaking on a few issues they feel passionately about.
One of the reasons why I'm running is that I want our district to take local control again. It's been too long. During the period that I was on the board, we had like 5 governors and like 12 commissioners. And every time that we're about to move forward, we need to start a conversation with whoever's going to be governor next year, and so we could get local control.
Facilities was neglected for a very long time. There's been a lot of advocating at the board level and at the state level, because we have a lot of busing issues. We have a lot of lack of space in our classrooms. There's a lot of issues around facilities that could be improved, and especially the food. The food has been a big thing for a while.
What we want to project is a philosophy that works for preserving these institutions, that positively impacts children, teachers, and parents. And there's another idea which wants to defund public schools, that want to voucherize, that want to cannibalize public schools, and we are against that. We want to preserve these great institutions which have built our country and which have made our country the greatest country in the world.
The 3-person slate also discussed bringing decorum and structure back to BOE meetings, which are known to run past 11 p.m. more often than not.
We had situations when I went to a board meeting and the agenda was something was added to the agenda without me having knowledge or having the opportunity to review and digest that information. And that is what causes the conflicts in our board.
People don't realize that there's a caucus. There's a caucus where all the issues come up, and that's really where the business is done. And then when you get to the meeting, it shouldn't be 3, 4, 5 hours. It should be 2 hours, and you should be done. That's why the caucus is there. You can take long in the caucus because that makes sense. It's an open meeting. People can come to that as well. So you have 2 chances to come and speak at one of these meetings. But also, you have to get to a certain point where if it's past a certain time, it should be done.
I'm going to be very direct about this. We have 2 groups in the board. That's the reality. And these guys don't talk to each other because they have dug themselves into trenches in opposing ideologies. And the communication is actually a result of this. It is a symptom of the problem, and the problem is that we have 2 competing, very divisive ideologies. And one group wants to figure out a way how to, they've made the teachers the boogeyman. For 200 years they've been doing that. And the reality is that strategy has just not worked.
The ticket added that while several candidates have expressed some degree of disappointment with Superintendent of Schools Dr. Marsha Lyles, this election is not about her, given that her contract renewal from last year will stand, as well as that the board needs to work together and focus on the state of the schools. Finally, the Education Matters team made their case for why they're the 3 best candidates for the job.
We're in the community. We know a lot of these parents, and we know a lot of these children. We have experience. I'm on a few boards as well, and we know what the process is. So, I think as long as we, even what you were saying just before about uniting all these schools and making them the best that they can be, that's so true, because they aren't all the same. They're all run differently. Even though we're all one district, they're not the same.
This is a very balanced team. We are very distinct personalities, but we bring a collective strength. I think there's a strong overlap in ideology and how to fix this thing. Personally speaking for myself, I think I have a very unique background. I'm a parent myself. I'm a single father. I have a 23-month-old kid, a son. And I'm also a businessman. I'm a CEO of a public company. And I also have a little bit of a teaching experience. I teach the 9/11 history at the National 9/11 Museum.
I'm a certified social worker. And my reason for running for this board is that I have resources. I'm a member of the Interagency Task Force in the public schools. I worked for the Superior Court of New Jersey for 15 years, diverting youngsters from the criminal and bringing them with resources and opportunities. So that's why I run. That's why I'm running. Because we have a lot of resources, but sometimes they don't get to our children or to our parents.
I'm John Heides with the Hudson County View, the eye of the community.